So, Six Underground. Hey guys, how you doing today? This is David Lucas here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be reviewing one of my least favorite movies of the year, I think you can say. Maybe my worst movie of all year. That is the Netflix movie starring Ryan Reynolds called Six Underground, directed by Master of Explosion himself, Michael Bay. Now, Ryan Reynolds, we all know, is an exceptional actor. He's been playing Deadpool for a while now. Everyone loves Ryan Reynolds, and he's been honestly on a really good streak with some of his movies so far, which I have to give him credit for. So that's why it made me curious to go check this out, and I heard a lot of people talking about this movie, and most people were just saying that it was really bad. It was a very Michael Bay kind of movie, and so I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. It's for free, it's on Netflix, and Ryan Reynolds is starring in it, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll give it a shot. And I watched it, and yikes. Yeah. So the basic plot of this movie is that a group of people fake their deaths and basically go off the grid, out of the government, and become a group called Ghosts. That is pretty much the whole plot of this movie, to be essential. Now, since this is a Michael Bay movie, everyone can pretty much guess what we're going to get in it, a basic Michael Bay movie. But, to be honest, this isn't just your average basic Michael Bay movie. This is like a Michael Bay movie times 10. This is basically Michael Bay on steroids. And now, before anyone says anything, first things first, I am not a Michael Bay hater. Yeah, there's a lot of Michael Bay movies that I don't like. There's a lot of Michael Bay movies that I really hate. But there are some that I actually do like. I really like Armageddon. I really like the very first Transformers movie. I think those are actually really cool. Those are really the only two big Michael Bay movies that I've seen that I really liked. And I really like those movies a lot. I think Michael Bay is an exceptional director. Given the right material, he's a great director. Most of his movies, for most of it, is just basically senseless explosion, very one-dimensional characters, and just hot girls to look at. Those are pretty much all of his movies. Before I start trashing on this movie, let me just say some of the good stuff that I found in it. Because even in bad movies, there has to be some good stuff, right? Oh, this movie can actually be funny at times. And really, the only times it really is funny is when Ryan Reynolds is on screen and he's being funny. But that being said, when he is on screen being funny, it's pretty funny and pretty enjoyable to watch. And I do get a kick out of him being funny. Because Ryan Reynolds, there's nothing Ryan Reynolds can't be funny about. I gotta say, the concept of the ghost is kind of cool, kind of interesting. A group of people, fake their own deaths, and then they go in this underground thing that's completely off-grid from the government. Kind of a cool concept to work with, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really cool concept. There are some really great action scenes in this movie, even though some are very over-top. There are some when you're just going in, looking for action movies. The action scenes are really good. And that's what best praise I can give, is that with action scenes, you're getting what you get. You get great action scenes, great visual effects with the action scenes because it's Michael Bay and that's what he does. So that's good. That's all good. With those few things being said, yeah, I did not really like the rest of this movie at all. In the very beginning of this movie, we get some random, obnoxious car chase scene that goes on forever. And it's just so crazy and over the top that it's just like, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, what is going on here? What is going on? And I don't think we've ever even found out later on in the movie what that car chase was even about. It just happens, and there's this big car chase opening scene that's just there, and it's like, all right, well, here we are at a Michael Bay film. Let's go. I gotta say, some of the graphics, like when they popped up some of the main characters' title cards, because they had this weird title card thing when they introduced the main character in the very beginning. Those graphics they had there was like slime or something like that. It looked atrocious. It looked like something out of a video game from 2005 or something. It was so bad. And I'm like, what the hell is this doing? Like, I get this is a Netflix movie, but come on. You can at least throw us a little better graphics than that shit. It's a very, very generic Michael Bay film. And it is like Michael Bay just said, alright, what is all of my favorite things I like to do in my movies that has nothing to do with plot, that has nothing to do with character development, that just is cool to see. And that's what he puts in here. He just throws it all in here. He's like, alright, let's throw this in here. Okay, let's throw that in here. So this action scene. Oh, let's throw this action scene. Let's throw that scene in there. Oh, let's throw this weird comedy scene in the middle of an action scene. Oh, let's throw this big explosion just coming out of nowhere. Who cares? There's some big explosions. I see big explosions. He overly uses the slow motion scene like always. He has slow motion of like about 80% of the movie is slow motion. It's really crazy. It's really horribly shot, and that's not usually something I say about Michael Bay, because some things in his movies are actually shot really well. The Transformers movies had some great shots in it, even though I don't like those movies at all, the ones he directed, except for the first. But they did have some great shots in there. And this one, it just seems like he just put through whatever shots in there, and these shots were just so weird and out of focus that I hardly could even tell what is going on. If it was just the action scenes that were like that, I would have, give it a pass, because that's Michael Bay. Most of the action scenes you don't understand what's going on. But in just scenes where people are talking or having a regular conversation, the camera is so bizarre, the camera, how it shakes and everything, and the dialogue doesn't really help, because the dialogue is horrible. And you just slept there thinking like you have no idea what's going on at all. It is cut horribly in this movie. There's some weird cuts going on where you stop and think like, wait, what? Wait, huh? How did this, wait, huh? Who cut this movie? Who cut this? That's what you're left there after thinking after these watch this movies. Like, who the hell cut this? Some dude in a high school program class? Like, it's so horribly cut. And with these weird cuts and these weird camera shots with this just really no sense of a plot at all in this movie, you're left here thinking like, what is this movie about? What am I sitting here watching? I'm just literally sitting here watching explosions. That's all this movie is. It's just them doing whatever they're doing. I don't know, just going on missions, I guess, and killing people, having big explosions going on, slow motion scenes. That's really the only thing. Like, this whole plot and anything that's going on in this whole movie, you just can't follow it at all. And what else can I say about this? Every character is generic. There's literally no character development whatsoever. Character is very one-dimensional. The second you see a character, you're like, okay, they're this annoying person. Okay, they're this annoying person. They're this annoying person. And they're all annoying people that are in the same exact every single Michael Bay film. Everybody is the same character. It is just the same characters in every Michael Bay film. And that's no exception here, because every character is one-dimensional and very generic, very loud and obnoxious. You don't like anyone. I don't think you really ever get anyone's name in the film until like an hour and a half into this film. One last thing I'll probably say about this film, that the runtime, it is way too long. Like, I literally felt like I was watching this movie for almost 3 hours, and it's only like 2 hours and 30 minutes or something like that, but it felt like 3 hours long. It was so terribly paced, so overly long, with no plot at all. I don't know how it's this long, there's no plot whatsoever in this film. It's bizarre. So to basically sum it up, this is basically a Michael Bay film on steroids times 10. If you're going to this film just looking to shut your brain off and just watch a good, fun action movie, then you'll probably enjoy this. You'll probably like this a lot. If you're trying to look for just a fun action Ryan Reynolds film, you'll probably enjoy this a lot. If you're going in to find an actual good, enjoyable action film with good characters and a good, decent plot to follow, then you're probably not going to get what you want out of this film, and you're probably going to really hate it like me. Now, at the end of the day, what I'm going to have to give my scoring to 6 Underground, I'm going to have to give it a 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, 5.5 out of 10. There are some little redeeming qualities in it. There are some nice, funny jokes in there that I got a kick out of. There were some cool scenes that happened, with some action. There were cool stuff with that. But as a whole, this movie was just a mess, and honestly, a really wasted time in my opinion. So thank you guys for watching again. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys stay tuned for another video coming up, and I will see you guys next time.